Welcome to the Kawiki Driver Development Program YouTube channel. I'm Casey Campbell. Thanks for tuning in, and we are pleased to be joined by one of our past winners this weekend. That is Brandon Varney from Auburn, Maine. How's it going, bud?
It's going good, man. Thanks for having me on.
All right. So it has been quite the season for you to get the win this weekend. I know you were pretty close both times in these races, but it has been quite the year. With all the rainouts and stuff, and the obviously the dealing with some of the stuff with the car, and but
Yeah.
you added a two on. I know you drive the number one car usually, but you added a two on there, and with the 12, and what did that feel like to run the 12 car with all the history that it has?
Man, it's always nice running the 12 for Dennis. The number 12 has been a number in my family for years. I was number 12 when I played baseball. So, yeah, the number's always had a special place in my heart. So, to be able to get a couple wins last year and a win this year, it's awesome to have that number.
Yeah. So kind of talk about like this season alone, like just really kind of tell the audience because it's been a while since you've been on here. What
Yeah,
you've
sure.
been dealing with this year?
Just a lot of bad luck. We had a really good run going at White Mountain. At lap 72, running fifth as the fastest car on the track, we blew up. Just no warning, just motor just gave up on us. So this week Dennis knew that my car wasn't going to be ready and my motor wasn't going to be ready, so he told me to take his car and we were able to compete for a win and almost a couple wins, but you know, sometimes it just doesn't work out the way you plan. And Sunday we had a really good piece and very happy to put it in victory lane for him.
Yeah. So going into this this year kind of you're mainly racing in Oxford,
Yep.
and maybe some doing some past stuff here and there. Obviously not the schedule that Max had last year, but
Right.
what is the plan this year for you just to kind of, with all the things that you're doing and stuff? What are you just running at Oxford the rest of the year and all that, and you may run some past stuff here and there?
Yeah, so we're gonna run a little partial pass tour when we can run, when we have the money to run, but mostly at Oxford when pass comes Oxford, the weekly series, just to get tuned up for the 250. The 250 has been a dream of my dad and I's since he was at the track. So we've always wanted to be a part of the 250, whether it's qualifying, whether we don't. It's just always been a dream of ours, and we're excited for that dream to come true this year.
Speaking of your dad is Kevin Varney. You
Yeah.
can hear him at Oxford Plains Speedway every weekend. So, what is that like to go and see him do what he does? Because he's got to be in his element when he's announcing a race or when he's interviewing
Yeah.
drivers on pit road. What was it like to watch him?
Watching him have a dream of his come true was very fun to watch. He's always had an interest in the broadcasting and announcing part of the game, but never really had an opportunity. And Mike Mayberry gave him an opportunity, and he capitalizes on it. And I feel like he is doing a great job, and I'm very proud of him.
Yeah. So, tell me about like what you've kind of been doing since, when we talked to you when, of course, the announcement came out that you were going to be a finalist. I should also mention that you are the oldest finalist to win a KDDP in the KDDP year. So, what is it like? What has it been like being a part of this thing? Obviously, I know your good friend, of course, our defending champion. I know that you're pretty close with and stuff. What's it like to
Yep.
just be a part of this whole thing?
It's something like I've said in other interviews, but I believe it's just something I never thought was going to be a possibility for me to have my name etched with the Kalicki name forever, which is kind of cool. Um, yeah, Max told me it was going to be a fun ride, and so far it's been a fun ride. Unfortunately, we've had some bad luck along the way, but we got the win this weekend, so I'm hopefully our luck turns around and we'll get some more good runs going. We've had fast cars, just hasn't been our days.
You gotta get out there and you gotta pass some cars and stuff. Only you would know that. Um,
Absolutely.
you got to pass some cars when you're out in the running in the pass series. No, quite literally, you do.
Yep.
It's now
Yes,
because
sir.
guess where you're going to start now? You're starting from the back.
Listen, it's more fun to pass cars, anyways. Yeah, I have more joy in doing that than starting on the front row.
Nice. Um, talk about a lot of the stuff that you've been doing. You've been killing it on social media. I know you. I see your posts all the time. I'm talking
Yeah.
about just a bunch of stuff. And also I know on the charitable side, I know you've been doing a lot of stuff. And I know you just did some stuff this past weekend.
Yeah. So a friend of mine got a hold of me and was telling me about this family that couldn't afford shoes for the family, for their kids. And truly, it broke my heart because I hate to hear stuff like that. So we took some of our winnings that we got this weekend and put it towards that family to help their kids for the school year this year.
Yeah. So what is so just kind of explain, like, is this something that you're gonna possibly set up on your own, or is it really just is it something that your guys are gonna do in the future?
Yeah, we're gonna do a bunch of other stuff. This month was cystic fibrosis month, and tune into my Facebook page and Twitter, and you can see all of the stuff that we have planned for all year. And we got some raffles going on. You might be able to win some cool stuff, some T-shirts. I know we got a nice cooler for 250 weekend. We got a bunch of stuff that we're fundraising and getting ready to donate.
Awesome. And where can people find you if they don't know where to find you?
At Varney Racing on X, Varney Racing on Facebook, at Varney Racing on Instagram. That's where you can get a hold of me.
All right, sounds good. All right, and you're back at Oxford this weekend. I know
Yep.
obviously the weather has not been too kind to you either this year. So
True.
I know you did the famous Oxford double last year. I
Yeah,
I came up with that. So
I like it. I like
but
it.
just back there this weekend. I know they still kind of try to get a lot of races in because
Yep.
but this has not been the best week for weather in terms of trying to get races in.
Yes, sir. This week we got the regular weekly race, and next week I think you're gonna have to call it the Oxford Triple. We got two pass races and a 100 lap qualifier for the 300 later this year. So it's gonna be a very busy weekend in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, of course that big race coming up with all those cup guys that are going to be in there.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah. Have you ever thought of that? You'd be racing with cup guys like Kyle Busch and Daniel Hemrick and all that?
It's cool. We haven't entered the race yet. We need to find some funding, so we're hoping to be a part of it. If I can't be, I will be there with Dennis Spencer and helping him. So either way, we'll be a part of the weekend. It'll be really cool to see.
All right, sounds good. And obviously we'll let you know when that comes about. But Brandon, thanks as always for coming on and taking the time, and we'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Awesome. Thank you.